In this video, I want to show you how to install Baserow. We have fully installed two things. Now remain the Baserow. Okay, so here is the Baserow and here is the code. The reason why we are using the old one is because it will be more easier to use in the later day. So you want to change this public URL to um, want to change this public URL to your own. So let me just clear this one from here. So if you are using the local PC, you are going to use this one to install. Or if you are using you are going to use your own to install it, and paste dot copy and paste. And boom, click on enter, and Baserow is going to install successfully. And after Baserow has installed successfully, there is a way you are going to access it. So let me see, it's your IP address. Your IP address. So I think we have everything now set up for us. So you have to wait for Baserow for some time before it runs. This is how everything is going to look like after the installation has finished. Extracting all documents. And after we complete our installation, you are going to be able to access every one of these. So let me show you if your NCA toolkit is working or not. Now press your IP address and follow 80 80 80. That is the pointed address 8080. And if you see some kind of it's going to show some error right here with the logo. Yeah, let it come with the logo. If you show the logo here, that means NCA toolkit is running. As you can see the logo NCA toolkit is running. And as for the base row is 85, is dot 85. So dot 85, but I don't think it's going to run now. Why? Because we are still installing something, so it can't run now. You have to wait for it. And if you want to check if this thing is running or not, I think you go for docker logs, I don't know, Baserow, if it's going to come up, if that is the name. Baserow is mounted in the folder, blah blah blah. So this thing is actually running now. Okay, this thing otherwise be lost, this to disable the volume, blah 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 blah. I don't want to fucking care. I don't want to care with that one. So Baserow is still loading. That is how you are going to access it. So let me explain back to you that if this is for people that are using the local host. Okay, if you want to host on the local computer, you have to use this. The reason why I'm using this is every time I want to start my computers, I can be able to run everything and use everything without any issue. Because if I'm using local host, I'll be starting my PC all over again. And if you want to run a good automation, if you want to run an automation, you shouldn't be using local host unless you want to run an heavy automation. You want to run heavy automation. So if this thing is not going through when you are using your local host, just change this thing to local host. Okay, this is not going to go through. Okay, because I'm using VPS. As you can see, it's not going to go through at all. It won't go through at all because I'm using VPS. So that is it for. And as for this, let us wait for this thing to load a bit. So after it load, I'm going to come back and complete this. So I actually detect some issues that we are running into. So here is how we can disable the issue. First thing is, if you have something that is running and it's not working for you and you want to delete it, first thing you should just find out is the Docker image. So type Docker image ls. Now we have to locate. So Baserow is what actually giving an issue now. Now let us type Docker RMI, okay, and add this RF, that is first remove. Okay, so copy this ID paste it there, and it's going to first, I think, is this rf? It should be rf. It's f, it's supposed to be f, not rf. So that will mean false. So that means we delete the one. Now let's go back to our content. What I have right here is actually not correct. I don't, it's not correct. So let us try this one. And oh, we can even ask ChatGPT for help if it doesn't run. So as you can see, they say Baserow is already used by a container. So let us try to remove that container. Okay. Now we are going to, since it's a container, we are going to use Docker. Okay. Don't forget this. Docker stop, and we are going to put the container. Okay. After stop, then we are going to change the stop to remove the container, so we can run another thing in the container. Okay, remove. So as you can see, now let us run this again. um invalid mode base root data. So I think we actually have to fix something here. So ChatGPT, fix this works. Fix this for me. Thanks. So I think we are going to change this into roots. Okay, as you can see, it says Docker create blah 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 base row data, create a volume base row data, and everything like that. Let's try this. What is the meaning of this SMH size? We have to know this thing. Okay, I think should be SMH size. That is shear memory for the container. The shear memory for the container, and is kept at 500 megabytes. So after this thing, no more than this, it's not going to work again. Okay, so I think we should remove this. Let's remove this shear memory of a thing. And if you are having an error, we are going to come back. They say Docker create a volume based row data. We're not creating anything here. We are not creating anything here. So let's see it again. They say the file, the base row is not okay. Docker. Okay. Let's see. It says use a volume name instead of the local v data row data. See. Just trying something out. Supposed to be roots. I didn't know when this thing actually changed from this. It's supposed to run Docker run help reference blah blah blah. Okay, let's run this one that ChatGPT gives to us, and make sure you change the size, increase the MB. As you can see right here, he is already in use. He's already in use. Let's go to Docker image ls. Docker image ls. As you can see, we have our Docker here. Now we have everything here. Just make sure you install it the right way. Now we have to uninstall it back again. Okay, Docker ps. I want to check maybe something is running before, so we'll just have one tool that is running. Remain the base row, so we can remove it without remorse. RMI, copy this code again, paste it. As you can see, this one must be force stopped. It must be force stopped. And let's add what we call the f. Okay, now it has been force stopped. Let's install that one again. And let's run this again. So I think after we run this one, it is going to actually, as you can see, is already in use by this container. So this container is actually giving us some issues. So docker rm base row docker. Now let's run another one again. If we still have another one that is still giving us an issue. So here is the correct thing to run. I'm going to update it. Here is the correct one to run. Make sure you change this SMH. Okay, change this SMH. It's also important, guys. Change this SMH. I'm going to update everything here. If you want to run this, change this SMH, guys. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. If you want to log in, use your email and log in. It will ask you to register a new account, and log in. That's it for now. Thank you for watching and do have a nice day.